Da 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 da. Test kitchen, test kitchen, test kitchen, yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to What Do You Think of This, where we are revisiting the best things from our past to let you know whether they're the best things for your future. I'm Jeff Abiat, and with me in the flesh, Josue Escobar.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Josue. How you doing?
I'm good.
We're on video. For people who don't know,
Finally.
we have an audio podcast, so they may be seeing this for the first time going, what do you mean finally? What do we mean?
I know, right?
We've been recording. We are now, I think, 7 episodes in to revisiting nostalgic things from the past and re-experiencing them as adults. I was going to say, but sort of. We have kids, so we're technically adults.
Yeah. I guess you would consider us adults, yeah?
Yeah, and we're revisiting those things and deciding whether they're really valuable. We've talked about Jurassic Park. We revisited one of my favorite Superman movies of all time.
The worst one of all time.
Hey, don't give any spoilers. We talked about, what else? Three Musketeers. We talked about nougat a lot. And in fact...
We did an album.
We discussed it.
We discussed an album.
We haven't dropped one yet.
No,
That's
not yet.
Season 2.
A whole podcast of us playing music together, maybe. I don't know.
Nostalgic music.
Yeah, we did DC Talk.
We did DC Talk. It was great. And we've been talking about Test Kitchen. So Three Musketeers, we did our first little dabble in Test Kitchen. If you listen to it, you can find out. But all of our listeners could hear was us chewing. It was delightful on our end, but I don't know on the listening side what it was like.
Yeah, true.
I did listen back, but you couldn't see it. Maybe
Musketeer Bar is not my favorite, though.
Also, probably not the best thing to watch.
Yeah, true.
They look better in the ads than they looked when we actually opened it because it was a little crumbly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it sounded good.
It's never the same when you look at it on TV or the ads. The food is actually never the same when you get it in person.
I've heard that, oftentimes
deceitful.
in the ads, they will pour a completely different liquid than whatever it is.
They use glue for milk. Did you know that?
Let's not do that today. because milk will be involved. So here's the deal. This is a shorter episode, so it's going right to our YouTube channel. Now, you can subscribe to the podcast at WDYT.show.
Yep.
What do you think? But we also have a YouTube channel, which is exactly where this video is going.
Yeah, which is great.
And because we are tailing off the Olympic season, we are covering
Wheaties.
Have you ever had Wheaties before?
Yes.
I feel like I've had Wheaties
before.
In a dream. Maybe it's like it happened, but I didn't eat Wheaties growing up.
No, me neither.
We ate all kinds of cereal.
Yeah, for sure. Corn Flakes, Frosted Flakes.
All the flakes.
Raisin Bran.
Raisin Bran. I like Raisin Bran quite a bit.
This is basically Raisin Bran without the raisins.
Is that?
I think.
I don't know the evolution of cereal, but somehow we got to Wheaties being the cereal tied to the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how that became a thing.
So,
but great marketing on their side.
Truly, because when I thought Olympic foods, the first thing I thought of was Wheaties.
Yeah. The whole thing was like, eat your Wheaties and be strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got some Wheaties, but because we didn't want to just eat a bowl of cereal and then call it quits, I looked up what Olympic athletes eat. And it took me, Google is not always my friend, but sometimes it yields to interesting results. Did you just get taller?
I just got taller.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I look really short.
Welcome. Up here, the air is cooler. I looked up what Olympic athletes eat, and it said in ancient Greece, so where the Olympics began, as we all know, the Olympic athletes would eat some sort of dried figs.
Oh, yeah.
And it said they would eat moist cheese, which I think is good, but sounds gross.
It does, yeah.
And they would also eat some form of wheat, which I think maybe is what led to the Wheaties.
No protein?
I don't know. I guess it was maybe a lamb was slaughtered for the festival, the Greek feast.
Yeah.
So to sum it all up, what we're going to do is we're going to visit ancient Greece. I couldn't find dried figs, but I could find fig Newtons, so we're going to try some of those. We're going to hit on the Greek theme, feta cheese with olives. We'll talk about that a little bit. And then we're going to go to France, and we're going to try some French. Can we call it cuisine?
I guess so.
Let's just dig right in here. Okay, so the very first thing, talking about figs, we're going to have these fig Newtons. Now, these aren't actual branded Newtons. We'll get you a close-up of those, but they're the closest thing. Dried figs.
Yeah.
Did you eat fig Newtons growing up?
Yeah, for most definitely.
How much do you think
It's
you
like a
eat?
healthy snack, right?
Are they?
I don't know.
In my mind, they are. They
They are
always
to me.
tasted great.
Yeah.
I would probably eat a handful in a serving, not a full sleeve. I don't think you could put down a sleeve of these.
A whole sleeve. Well, it depends on how big the sleeve are. I remember the little fun size sleeve packs that had like 4 or 5 of them.
That came later.
I could totally eat those.
I feel like when I was a kid, you had to open the whole thing and you had to commit. Like, this is
Oh my
open now.
gosh.
It needs to be eaten.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they'll
Not by
get
one.
stale pretty fast. Whatever this breading is made out of.
Do you remember these fondly? Do you think you're going
I
to like
do.
this?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Okay, let's go for it.
All right.
I'm going to need to vacuum my office after this.
Crummy.
By the way, welcome to the studio space.
Oh, yeah.
This is it. I tried to go with Olympic themed lights, which means red, white, and blue, and or if you're France, red, white, and blue.
White. Mm-hmm. Blue.
Blue. And the
We're
blue
both wearing
keeps
white shirts.
changing,
It's crazy.
and I can't figure out how to stop it. So we're just going to go with that.
Yeah. This holds up.
This is what I was expecting. I don't eat these often anymore, except backstage.
Yeah, same here.
We had a discussion about this. For some reason, these have become a green room staple.
Yeah. Worship team, production team, green room.
I think when I'm up early in the morning and I'm busy and I'm going and I don't have time to eat, maybe had a cup of coffee, and I just need something in my system, this is a safe bet. Especially because when singing, I don't want a bunch of nuts.
Oh, yeah.
It's true. It gets stuck in my throat in weird ways. This, I feel like, goes down pretty smoothly.
Yeah. I don't know what the breading's made out of, but
Some sort of wheat.
Some people might say it's a little dry, whatever, but it's filling.
I could use maybe some milk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Milk comes later.
Milk comes later. If you don't know this, our rating system on this podcast is it's either it holds up or it's pure nostalgia. I didn't know I could do that. I knew I could do that, but I didn't know I could do it on this platform. So happy eating, everybody. Wow. So we'll have to incorporate that into our ratings.
Somehow.
I always do it accidentally.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna say for the Fig Newtons, it's a pretty easy. It holds up for me.
Yeah, for sure. It does hold up. And it keeps on giving because it gets stuck in the back of your teeth.
Say that. I'm going to be tasting that. Maybe it's going to affect the rest of the whole palate.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
so speaking of, why don't you pass over those olives? Now, when I was a kid, my dad, there it is, had a bakery, and in the front there was like a small Middle Eastern market, and we had large vats of olives. So people would come and they would say, I want this particular type, green olives, whatever, and you would just scoop out and do it by the pound or
Did you
whatever.
guys have an olive press?
No.
No. That'd have been cool.
Because you baking bread.
I mean, bread, olive oil.
But they were pitted olives, and as a kid, when you're just there, your dad owns the place, so I could just scoop out olives and then just eat them. And a good green olive.
Cold or like room temperature?
I guess about room temperature. They'd be they're not refrigerated.
Okay.
Room temperature.
Okay.
So I'm going to go for green first. I
like the black olives.
These are not
Gotta
the
go with the black
exact
olives.
green. These look a little meatier than I was expecting. But, okay. So for me...
Mine has a little belly button on it or something.
It's focusing on my... you hold it close to your face, that's the trick here. I don't know if it's going to...
Oh, wow. Pretty fast.
So for me, this is nostalgic. We ate olives all the time in my house growing up. Do your kids like olives?
No.
Not at all.
No, not at all. They think it's gross.
Really?
Yeah.
My kids like olives.
Wow.
Okay.
I haven't taught my kids that.
Here we go. Oh, yes.
I don't know. And it's something that I've grown to like as an adult because as a kid, I didn't like them.
This flavor takes me right back to Beirut Bakery.
And then this is feta cheese.
Yeah. And again, I don't know how authentic, but I'm pretty authentic. It's cut in cubes. I'm sure this is how the Greek athletes ate their moist cheese.
Oh.
Man. That's what I'm expecting from feta.
Yeah, and I like the olive better.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a black olive. That feta is pretty good, but I enjoyed the olive more.
Me too.
I could just snack on olives. Full disclosure, I haven't eaten a ton today,
good.
so I think this might sway my ratings a little bit.
Me too.
But I think that holds up.
Yeah, it does. It does really hold up.
I mean, I'm curious, to pull our kids in because they might have a different opinion.
Yeah.
I think honestly, my kids really like olives. So, okay, that's again.
What's next?
That's a holds up, everybody.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay, so on the same Greek theme, I don't know that the Olympians would have eaten this, but I pulled out some tzatziki sauce. Can you say tzatziki?
Tzatziki.
Sure.
There you go.
I don't know if that's right. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Tzatziki.
I feel like in most cases, I want this on something, some lamb, a gyro
Oh, yeah, sure.
or something. But,
Like kava.
yeah, but even the smell,
Does it have
I
a smell?
enjoy. Yeah, it's got kind of a cucumber yogurt
Oh, yeah?
smell. That's what this
Very
is.
much cucumber.
All right, let's dip. I sliced up some pita bread for this. I mean, we just had some in the house, but it also felt like the best thing to dip in tzatziki sauce. Did you just wink? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
That's really good.
Especially coming off of the olives, I'm enjoying this more than the feta.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Me too.
Feta, I
Yeah.
like feta with things, but it's not like a snack by yourself. But I think I could just eat this whole bowl.
And I'm really fond of pita. That's a nostalgia thing for me. My mom would make us pita bread sandwiches. Roast beef, ham, provolone. So good.
I completely 100% identify. I'm just laughing because if nostalgia was a point game, I completely win. Because literally my dad had a bakery where we made this for 5 years.
Yeah.
I say we. He and my mom and the rest of the employees
You ate them.
did most of the work. But we ate all of our sandwiches on pita bread. That
Really?
was just the Arab house growing up. Peanut butter and jelly, pita bread.
Ooh, I never tried peanut butter and jelly and pita bread.
My favorite as a kid for a school lunch, salami and cheese with some mustard, pita bread.
Pita bread. Wow.
Yep. You're making, at-home pizzas, which I don't think happen that often. Pita bread. Melt some cheese on some ham, everything with pita bread with everything.
So good.
I still love it. These days, I'm trying to eat less bread because I've hit that age where I'm like,
It just sticks with you. Yeah.
probably better not to eat. But if I could, and we're doing it today, I'd be eating bread all the time.
But pita bread is healthier of the breads, right? Or
yeah,
no?
but I'm eating more of it.
Yeah.
We would put tomato and feta cheese inside pita
Yeah,
and anything.
I can see that. That'd be great.
Olives. Okay, we don't have time. We don't have time today. This is a shorter episode. So, okay, as far as ancient Greece, now we hit the tzatziki. I feel like holds up.
Yeah, no, for sure holds up. That's why it's been around for centuries.
You think ancient Olympians were eating tzatziki sauce?
Nah, dude.
It was just some yogurt with a cucumber?
I don't know.
Somebody left
All
the
you
cucumber.
historians out there, let us know.
Yeah, please let us know in the comments. I honestly
Correct
don't.
us.
Correct us. We have a whole segment for that in the podcast that I just introduced this week. I like it. I love it. I think it holds up.
Yes, it holds up.
A bloop. Where's my...
Oh, well, there it is.
Yeah, when something's really awesome, I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know all these gestures? Do you have these on your... you
No,
ever use them?
I don't ever use them, no. I mean, I've seen them before. I've never used them.
They exist.
And I didn't know it was going to work on this.
I had no idea. Okay, I want to, in the theme of the Olympics this year,
Yep.
take us to France.
All right, let's do it.
Okay? I think the most important thing, before we cut into it, I just feel
This
like...
is all France is known for, by the way, guys. Okay?
It's not. It is probably... When I thought France, French foods,
Yeah.
I've never been to France.
I thought this too, though.
This is the first thing that came to mind.
A French baguette. Oh, on my mic.
I just wanted a sense of scale. This thing is really large. Can you get a
And
small?
noisy.
Can you get a small baguette?
I'm sure. I mean, where does Panera Bread get their small baguettes from?
Do they have small baguettes?
I don't know. I think they just cut them.
That's like a roll. Well, speaking of cut, I'll come back. I'm gonna cut this.
Those are some big pieces.
You said you wanted an end. Okay. I'm gonna give you an end and then a smaller piece from the middle here.
Okay.
We can cut some
You
of
think
this
it's
out.
better?
Let me tell you the history of bread for Jeff Abiad. I love bread. Okay?
Look at that.
Not just pita bread, all bread. But my favorite part of bread is the inside. So
inside.
any kind of bread, when I was a kid, we would have, okay, not every once in a while, you want some butter?
Why not? If it's out here, let's do it.
I got a huge one.
You got to show that.
No, I don't. Is that allowed?
That's a big old
It is.
container.
Focus it. Focus.
Country crock.
Yeah, my history with bread, we occasionally, when we would not have pita bread and we'd have like Wonder Bread, because when you're a kid, you never want what you have. Fresh baked pita bread, and I'm like, but could we just have some plain white bread that's sliced?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and my relatives are like, are you crazy? So all I wanted to do with a slice of Wonder Bread was take it, bury my nose in it,
And smell
It
it.
smells so... I won't do that, but I love walking up and down the bread aisle at the grocery store. Okay. Did you already? You cut into? I'm just
I
gonna.
already cut mine. Did you cut yourself? I might have cut myself too a little bit.
Okay, I'm just ripping a piece off.
That's what I should have
I
done.
want to try it a little bit without the butter first.
Okay.
So, bon appetit.
Here's my half without the butter.
Yours is nicely sliced. I just sliced my finger. Okay, I'm going to try it. Okay, full disclosure on this. Not as fresh as I wanted it to be, but we had to record another episode this morning. So
That's so funny.
Are you a crust guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna add some butter here.
Much better with the butter.
I think it needs the butter. That does it for me. The butter really elevates it.
Yeah.
If we're talking just bread, if I was just going to go to the store and pick out some bread and just eat bread, I'm saying nostalgia.
Yeah, me too.
Will give me a bloop.
There we go.
But you add butter
Then, yeah, it elevates it.
or anything else,
So good.
yes.
No sound effects either.
The other thing I think of with France, what French people are really known for, is cheese.
Yes.
Are you much of a cheese guy?
Well, I'm a little lactose intolerant.
I know.
I'm not a real big cheese person. For the sake of everyone around me.
I love cheese. I'm more into like sharp cheeses for the sake of the Olympics and French. I thought Brie would be a classic one to go with.
Is it melting?
Yeah, it is. It is kind of getting. It's definitely a moist.
I'm melting.
Wow.
Yep, this melted. Brie.
Brie. I believe this is a goat brie.
All right.
All right, let's go for it. Just gonna.
I'm okay with the inside of the brie.
Are you?
A little bit.
I don't like that one as much.
The feta cheese is better.
The feta cheese was better.
For sure.
Tzatziki. I need to get us some napkins.
I'll do this on that one.
I don't think that's allowed. That's not how our rating system works. It either holds up or it's pure nostalgia. Okay, I'm going to say, listen, I've had a lot of different cheeses. I think this particular cheese is not my favorite.
No.
But Brie cheese, I do like some Brie. So I'm still going to say it holds up.
Yeah, whatever brand this was probably didn't hold up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's been sitting here slowly melting as we go on and on and on. So let's keep going here. Okay, France.
Yes. A croissant.
How do you pronounce it when you eat it? Do you always feel compelled to say it in a French accent, like D'Artagnan?
I think you have to. Croissant.
I just say croissant. Croissant. Croissant.
Just say French bread. It's not the same.
That is not the same at all.
Not the same at all.
Okay, but you told me you have a little hack for the croissant, which I would like to try.
I know a lot of people who do butter
I'm going to provide you a place to.
on their croissant, but I like to do a little bit of honey. A little teaser for later. I like honey on a lot of things.
I'm going to try that too. Thank you.
It's gonna be a good bite.
I'm gonna see if I can get you the same kind of. Oh
yes.
Okay. Oh, that looks delicious. Okay. Bon appetit.
Right. Bon appetit.
I mean, talk about elevating.
Mm-hmm. That definitely holds up.
Wait, here, if we both give a thumb, will it do the other thing?
Yes, it will.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you can't go wrong with a croissant.
Mm-mm.
This is more bread than I've had in the last week.
I don't know how you can be an athlete and a French person and not just be super fat.
That's a good question. I have no idea how they're doing on the medal count, but some of it might have to do with whether or not they're eating the bread.
Yeah, too many carbs.
Okay, and speaking of carbs, to round this thing off,
Nice.
the most French, I think, is the macaroon.
How do you say this one? Macaroon? Is it macaroon?
Macaroon. I remember my mom as a kid.
I'm sorry,
saying,
France.
Like, holy macaroon. Is that a thing?
Yeah, it is.
Now that I say that out loud, I might just be making
My
it up.
parents never said it, but I see it on TV.
Okay, maybe let's not attribute that to my mother, but I went with pistachio, which I think is what this green
I
one
went
is.
classic chocolate.
Okay. I need
love
like
chocolate.
a sip of something as a palate cleanser. Get the. You don't have any water nearby. I forgot to give you water.
Nope, I'm good. Whenever you're ready, I can bite into this sucker.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let me tell you a story about. Okay.
Let me tell you something about pistachios.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gosh, man, the chocolate filling is so good.
This is what you want, especially in a pastry. I feel the combination of the sweet with the bread, the crisp, and also doughy inside with that cream. That's excellent.
So good.
Okay, I'm gonna try and
Must have.
I guess if we'll just keep that up, I'm gonna say holds up.
Yeah, for sure.
Holds up.
Oh, I didn't want to do it this time.
I don't know. Something wrong with your thumb. It doesn't detect it.
There you go. It's got to be the opposite.
That's right. Okay. Lastly, we are here.
Yes.
We've reached Billie Jean King, who I saw. She was sitting out in the audience at the Olympics this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How old is she? That picture looks really old.
She's older.
Wow.
But she still looks good.
In her 90s?
I don't know. Look it up. It's probably one of those facts that I probably
when do you think that picture looks like it was taken in the 60s or something?
Wheaties! She was the only one on the Wheaties this year.
Oh,
so
really?
I don't know
why
that is. Cereal. Let's just do a quick cereal rundown. Sorry, there's a macaroon.
A macaroon stuck in your throat.
Tell a story. What do you like in your cereal, Josue?
Oh. So one of the things I really, really enjoy, as he like packs up a lung on that side over there, I really, really enjoy Raisin Bran now as an adult. And so I will put raisins in this just to elevate it a little bit more.
I'm down with that. I really enjoyed Raisin Bran, even as a kid. It was always a favorite. Weirdly, I liked when it would get kind of soggy. Now I'm kind of on the fence. I could go both ways, but I knew people who would just toss it once it got soggy. They had to eat it before.
Oh, really? No. That's a no-no. Raisins.
Yep.
And then I know you have...
I got some bananas. I feel like
that's a classic. I think a lot of people like the
There are other
bananas
things
in the
like
cereal.
now if I just really picked whatever I would want, I might add some raspberries. Strawberries are great in cereal, but when it comes to just really trying to sample, you're crazy. You're putting honey in that?
I do. I like putting a little bit of honey in my cereal today as an adult as well.
I got news for you, Josue. The issue is not the carbs.
Nope. The issue is my willpower not to eat.
All right. Do you prefer, like, where's your milk level preference?
Yeah, like right there.
Explain that for the listener.
Not like drowning your cereal in milk. Like I like to be able to have like a little bit left over at the end, but not a ton.
I, as a kid, would definitely overdo it with the milk. Over the top, too much milk.
I think as a kid I did that too.
As a kid, I still drank it all.
I learned my lesson.
And I really enjoyed it. Would you get in trouble? You just...
No, it's just like sometimes, you can't be wasteful in my house. So like, I'm like, oh man, I don't want to like drink all of this, but I have to. I'm not going to just toss it. And I'm going to get in trouble for tossing out perfectly good milk.
Do you feel like in other people's houses they were allowed to be wasteful?
Maybe.
The way that you said that was like, we can't be wasteful in my house. Like, other people. Okay, so here we go.
This was a generous pour of cereal too.
Oh, well, you said you would eat it all. Well, there we go.
Cheers.
With the banana.
I actually really kind of like this. It's softer than Raisin Bran flakes.
The flakes are nice and flaky.
Yeah.
I don't know what Wheaties were like when they first came out, but this has a really nice texture. Mm-hmm. And I've always liked the offset of the cereal with the cold milk. The colder, the better. Mm-hmm. You don't feel that way? Mm-hmm. You're just laughing at behind the scenes stuff. Listen, there are things you people don't know, but we'll tell you later. I'm going to go for another bite. I'm really enjoying this.
Oh, I've already taken like 4 bites. I don't know whether to finish this on the podcast or not. Hold up.
You can do. Can do it.
What is that?
We'll do it. Come on, don't fail me now, Apple. Oh, I thought you could do like a rock on.
Isn't it not this? I love you sign. Is that for a rock too? Nope. There it is. What in the world? Look at that. You're at a laser show. Crazy.
Wheaties, I think, for sure holds up.
I think it does too, yeah. If you don't like Wheaties, let us know.
Is this disappointing that nothing here rated as pure nostalgia? Wait, one of them did.
Well, for you,
for me, the bread.
The bread and the olives, right?
No, olives 100% hold up.
Okay, yeah.
But the baguette is not my favorite. Okay, at least there was one thing.
Yeah, I think baguette's definitely nostalgia.
Listen, we haven't talked about what we're going to do next time. I think we might have to reduce the scope of the food there because I thought Wheaties
big layout
wasn't going to be enough, but we have covered my whole desk and even onto the floor with some of this food and various cutlery.
Yeah.
Maybe I should use the cutting board.
Yeah.
Well, listen, everybody, we're glad you came along for the ride.
Yeah,
I'm glad to finally see your face.
Yeah.
I've been seeing
you too.
your face.
I'm glad to see all y'all's face.
I'm glad, and you can see us too. So, hey, why don't you let us know in the comments if you have suggestions of some other kind of food that we
let
can
us know.
sample.
Hit us up.
Something else for the test kitchen.
Wait, where can they hit us up?
WDYT.show.
There it is.
If you have ideas at WDYT.show.
Yeah, let us know what kind of foods we should try out and see if they're like a nostalgia food or if it really holds up today.
We'll let you know at least what we think. And we want to know what you think too. So,
For sure.
So put it in the comments below. Email us. We would love to hear your input.
And keep it clean, guys. I don't want to eat something terrible.
I thought you meant the comments. I'm like, how worried are you about this comment?
No, not the
Who are
comments.
viewers?
Don't suggest to eat like crickets or something, like
yeah,
chocolate covered
we're not
crickets
gonna
or
we are not doing that.
freeze dried octopus or something. No, come on, something great.
Something great. Please, yes. And something that is minimal effort on our part,
Yeah.
because I don't know if I can get all this equipment into the kitchen.
Yeah,
The lighting in there is not nearly as good.
this is really nice. Yeah, atmosphere.
Atmosphere. All right, guys. Well, I guess we will see you, or at least you will hear us next time.
Yeah, for sure.
On What Do You Think of This?
Peace out, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Da 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 dum 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 dum.